Well, here we go again with some more of our commentaries. How do you want to make money? What is making money all about? How can you be successful? And how can you have a sense of security? Well, the simple answer is, quite honestly, work for yourself. In these times, though, a lot of people ask themselves, what works? What could they do? Because they have doubts. There's always somebody out there saying, you can't do this, or I wouldn't do this, or this, that, and the other. Or they say, I support you, but I would do this. I have been guilty of saying things like that myself, but I do hear it quite often with many other people, more so than I feel like I would say that. Some other things that you might hear is, that's a great idea, but you should. Well, now that implies your judgment about what you would do. So you're actually telling them how to do it your way. Is that cool? Well, I don't think so. What we want to be and try to find in today's economy is to be supportive. It's to be open-minded to new ideas, new things that might actually benefit not only yourself but other people. So let's look at some of the things that have actually come to my mind, something I noticed during this pandemic that I actually didn't notice before. One thing that just really flies in my face, and I guess it's been around for quite a while, is Food Panda. Where I live, you order your food, it's delivered to your house. I think someone come up with that niche when this pandemic, because people couldn't go out and do things. There's also some shopping apps where if you find some food or you have a special place that you'd like to go, you order your food, they deliver it to you. You can pay by credit card online or in cash in some cases. We've noticed that in the country that I live in, that even water companies, places like Tesco, Lotus, even some 7-Elevens are starting to deliver to your homes. These are some great ideas. Innovative thinking, people looking for a niche, something that can make some extra money. The biggest problem that I see with many people today is, they want to make money. They would love to be. But when something comes along where they can make money, I can't do that. That's not what I like to do. No. What will people think? What can? No, I don't. I can't. And it always comes to this negativity of what either you feel about yourself or what you think other people are going to think about you. What is keeping you from being successful? It's you. It's you. It's all you. No one can tell you you're no good. They can make you believe that you might not be good. But you know what? Everybody's good at something. Everybody has a talent. Everybody balances out society with what they know, with what other people know. I don't know everything, but there are some things I do know, and so they kind of balance out in their own way. And I could give lots of demonstrations, and examples, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about what keeps you from being the best you can be. I made a video a while back, and part of that video said there's only two things in this world that keeps you from doing something: air and fear. Air has no resistance. You can swing your arm through the air. You can throw a ball through the air. Air doesn't stop anything. If anything it does do is it blows loose things around and moves them. Get with the flow. Feel the flow of the air and go with it. You cannot fight the current of a river, but you can learn to go with that flow of the river. Fear is something that does not exist. I've said that many times. Fear is an illusion. Fear is a fear of something that you think is going to happen, but you haven't done anything. Where's the fear? It's an unjustified feeling that holds you back from doing something. You know, there's been several things that I dabble in that's made money in the past. You know, online teaching. I've invested in a couple of companies here and there in the past. I still have several holdings and some things. Now, I don't live on the money. I have one of these things that I set up many, many years ago, which I regretted at this time because this pandemic, I could actually use it. But my money rolls back over into things that make money. So I don't really get it. And I'm not going to be able to get the bulk of my money until I turn about 4 to 6 more years. But that's okay. It's been a godsend. The money has, increased. I've got enough to live till I die. I might die tomorrow. Who knows? But are you fundamentally confident in yourself? You know, many people aren't. Many people are not. I hear doubt in people every single day. Now, my personal doubt, I don't mind being honest about it, I know I can do anything I set my mind to. I know that I can. I know I've been in situations before where basically I should have been dead. I've done things that people say, my God, I can't believe you actually did that. You know, necessity is the mother of invention. I broke my hip last year. My cell phone was upstairs. I couldn't move my entire left side of my body or my pelvic region, from my pelvic on both legs. It took me an hour and a half on one elbow to climb 2 flights of stairs. And that doesn't include sliding down the hallway on that one arm into my office and then reaching with a blind hand to find my phone to call for help. I didn't have a choice. At that point in my time, at that point in my life, at that point where many of you are today, I had 2 choices. Lay there and suffer, lay there and wait on whatever could happen, or get my butt up those stairs. Get help. Do what I had to do. You know, that's where you decide where the real person is. What kind of person are you? When you're down on that very bottom rung, can you lift yourself up and get there? Are you willing to put all pain aside and reach out and go for that gold? Is it one of those things where you're like an animal that says, oh, I'm injured, I'm just going to lay here and go ahead and die? Or are you going to say, I am going to live, I am going to survive? That's what it's all about. That's all it's about. In today's society, we have to decide how we're going to make money. Now, I'm not saying money should be your God. I do know it's a necessity. I'm an online teacher right now. That's my primary source of income. And I see it going down, 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 down. But I'm good at 2 things in my life. One of them is online teaching. Another one that I keep telling myself, because when I was really young in high school, I had my own businesses. I've had my own businesses probably most of my life. But one thing that I was really good at was sales. Because I know when people want something, people are going to buy something. I also know what makes people want to buy. There's an urgency. You create an urgency. They need to get it quick. There's a definite need. Oh, I need that for some reason, either personal satisfaction, either personal pleasure, either personal image. They've got to see a need that hey, whoa, I need that for something. It's got to be value, a value. You know, you see so many idiots out there that'll go out and pay $100,000 for a car, where there's other people that will go out there and buy a $25,000 car. They both go from point A to point B. One of them's insurance is a hell of a lot cheaper than the other. Why do they buy that bigger car? Because in their mind it has a value, a personal value that goes beyond the cost of that car. Whether it's, hey, look at me. Most of these big high dollar buys is about sexual image. You may say I'm lying. You may say, hey, you're full of shit. Let me tell you something. People buy big things so that people look at them and say, wow, that is the person. Women wear fancy designer clothes to look sexy, to look attractive, to look like they're important, that people want to look at them. Oh, but they're going to turn around and say, oh, you're looking at me. Oh, that's sexist. I don't like that. Bullshit. They do it all the time. If they didn't care about that, they'd be wearing jeans and shorts and just be kicking back and just acting like, I'm not going to do my hair today. It all comes down to that attraction. They're looking to be looked at. Men do the same thing. I'm going to wrap this whole niche discussion up right here, and I'm going to tie it in to the dance. Now, follow me on this, if you will. Animals have a specific dance that they do to attract a mate. Now, in the animal world, the strong survive. What happens in the human world? Women are typically attracted to the bad boy, and the one that's not the bad boy has to overwrap, avoid the bad people, find somebody, let's say maybe a weak person, and they have to just drive in this deal to inflate their ego, their self-image, to try to pull that niche out. And that's okay. That's normal. I've done that myself in the past. I really have. But successful people draw successful people to them. Now hear me. A successful woman is looking for a successful man. A woman that wants to appear to be successful is drawn to a successful man. The adage is, women marry up, never down. Now, that's basically true. I live in Asia, and I do know that's pretty much a fact of life here. But let's get back to this niche, making money. What do people want? You're on the sales floor. You've got the problem. You got the product. People want it. Are you selling that product when that person comes in? Hi, look at me. I have this glass of bottled water, and this bottled water is really good. Look at the color of it. It's red. It's sweet. It's delicious. This water is what you need. You can't live without it. Hey, good sales pitch, but you forgot the first thing. People are going to buy from people they trust. You're not selling your idea. You have to first sell yourself. You have to sell that confidence that you know what you're doing. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. You open your mouth and start running your mouth too much. People that don't know their game talk too much. People that know their game says exactly what it is, says exactly what they mean, and they shut their mouth and go for the sale. They go for the close right there. One of my sales techniques that I learned a long time ago was, yes, isn't this a wonderful, I sold vacuum cleaners for a while. That's the one that comes to my head the most. Before that, I sold hay. I was a hay baler. I sold pork. I was a pig farmer in high school, one of the most successful in the county. That's how I got my financial start and started investing in different agricultural companies. And part of that even worked there too, because when I would go to the auctions, it got to the point where the auction people would come to my farm and buy my animals straight off the farm without ever going to the auction. Why was that? Because I had sold myself as a successful breeder. A lot of my product, a lot of my pigs went into competition. They went into where they were being shown to shows, hybrid shows. We had Durocs, Hampshires, Yorkshires, Chester Whites. We had all kinds of different breeds of pigs. We had cross hybrids, and we would sell those. People would come to me, what kind of show are you looking for? Who are the judges going to be this year? Because each judge was looking for certain qualities in certain animals. Maybe it's the hams, maybe it's the loins, maybe it's the shoulders, maybe it's the overall look. I could sell that. This is what you need. Look at this pig. Does this pig not look good to you? Yes, it does. Was this the kind of animal that you would like to have on that show floor, showing to your people? Yes, it is. Do you think you could take care of this animal and take it to its proper goal and weight and presentation? Yes, I could. Are you ready to buy this pig today? Yes, I am. You must get the people to saying yes, yes, yes. Yes is the secret, the agreement. When you're selling vacuum cleaners, I notice that you have a nice, beautiful home. This is a great home. Oh, this carpet is wonderful. Don't you just love this carpet? Yes, I do. Is this carpet new? Yes, it is. Wow. I'm sure you're looking for something that you would like to keep this carpet looking fresh for many years, aren't you? Well, yes, I am. You're getting to say yes. Each attachment. Can you see that the power that this would help prolong this? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Are you ready to buy now? Well, I don't know. I'm really kind of concerned about the price. Well, what would it take for you to be interested in purchasing this? What can I do to make this a good deal for you? Well, I'm really interested in something that can do this. I have it. Let's see what we can do together. You see, they're wanting that to look good. I'm selling myself as an honest salesman, someone wanting to help them, someone wanting them to grow. Now, let's take this all the way up in today's society. What are things that sell? What are people wanting? Now, we know clothes. Okay, clothes. I can go to a lot of clothes places right here, and I guarantee you I can generate better sales because these people have not a clue how to market their clothing. They sit around on their butt, and they expect everything to come to them. Oh, here's a customer. Oh, hi, how are you? And the customer has to basically go around and look for something themselves. That's not being a good salesperson. Another thing that they do is people buy because it has to look good. Got it, right? Something we need to look at. So marketing is something. Now I have a business. Here's what I'm planning to do is start a business English course for businesses so I can help them increase their sales, increase their communication skills, and increase their profitability, bottom line for their investors, their company growth, and the growth of their staff. I think we can make that work. So if you're in the business and you're listening to this and you want to have professional growth in your company, feel free to contact me because I am sure, without any doubt, I can help you improve that bottom line. There's some other little niches in here. Now, Recently, I had one, and it was one of these little interesting things. I have some friends in Europe, and they're movie producers. They make several different types of movies. In fact, I even have a couple of friends who make independent movies in India. They make these indie movies and stuff, these musicals and things like that, which is really cool. And there's also a few in the United States if you can network and figure out who they are. And you screen movies before they hit the mainstream outlets so that they get a gauge of how the company, how the people are going to respond, if it's worth it, if they're going to make money on it, if it's worth their advertising revenues. These are very simple and easy to do. But what is the number one selling movies out there today? I think we all know that. Sex. Movies that have a theme sex are selling, and it's not going to get any less. And there are opportunities out there where people can screen, recommend, and get paid. But again, let's look at this. You have so many people, just like in the clothing industry, that'll sit on their butt with their telephone because media, let's face it, today everybody's hooked on their computer. Everybody's hooked on their cell phone. You can't go on a date without your date with that cell phone. Click, click, click. Oh, let's take a picture. Let's take a selfie. Oh, look, we're eating whatever it is we're eating. Oh, look, there's a fly on my suit. When you go on a date, throw the damn phone away. You're going on a date to be with somebody, not to be chatting with somebody else around the world. That's just insulting, and it's just completely unreal. We have people addicted, like myself. I'm going to throw myself in here. Because I haven't been able to walk and get around, and I work daytime online doing various jobs. I have to be on standby. I play video games in between with some friends of mine who are in the same business. I have another roommate, same thing. Now, he could get out and do a lot more than he does because his business is mainly at night. He has his free time during the daytime. But mine is daytime. My time free is at night, and I'm really trying to fill that one up. So we do work kind of off hours. But we have our own addictions. So what has happened? I started taking my focus and trying to develop things for me to do a better online or a better in-person business English. He is working on graphics, generating media. He's actually taking his talents and he's starting to use, instead of taking that, what you call an addiction, and he's starting to turn it more into a business obsession where he can actually generate money with it. And he's shown me some ways of generating money, just stuff like this. But still, we both realize life is boring. We need something to keep ourselves happy. You know, we need something a little bit more stimulating than just sitting in front of the one-eyed monster all day. And there's not a lot of money. So this is where you have to come up with creative ideas in the house. Okay, backing off, getting a little off the subject there. But we're looking at the niche. Today, media is really taking off. But what media is it, and are we going into the wrong area when there's so many undeveloped areas in this niche? That's what we have to look for. That's where we have to find our success. What areas of the country need something more than another area need? What are some things that people need that others don't have, or that others can get for them? You see, now let's get into the personal dynamic. What keeps these things from happening? You do. I do. We do. Confidence. Who are the most successful people out there that you can think of? And I'm just going to throw this out. Some of you will disagree, some of you won't. You get a lot of successful people that go out there and they just party themselves off like movie actors and everything, and they end up getting addicted, they start dying off, they start overdosing, they get too crazy in the head. You start getting a few of these people who are business people who are just workaholics, and all they do is work, 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 work. They're very successful. They've got nice homes, they've got nice families. Their families are neglected because they're working all the time, and these people die young because of the stress. And then you have some other people that, I'm going to use university students today. What future do they have? It's a very stressful thing. When I went to the university, the world was an oyster. Teaching professions were wide open. Engineering was wide open. Computer programming was wide open. Fiber optics was wide open fields. Electronics, photography. Media was just starting out. Fashion's always been a good one out there. There's so much opportunity. And so when people came out of the universities, man, they were already basically had a good job waiting for them. They used to have college training courses to be a carpenter, to be an electrician, to be a plumber, a mechanic, actually training people to have work. That doesn't exist anymore. And our young people today are becoming two types of people. Number one, they feel entitled because their parents give them everything, and they feel like the world owes them something. Or two, they're very insecure, they lack confidence, they're unsure of their future, they don't know where they want to go in life, they don't know if they're going to make it or not. And that's a fact. I have children, and this is what they tell me. Now, I'm quite fortunate with my daughters because, not to cost anything deal, but they're very open-minded, they're very experimental, they've been through those times. Some of them's gotten university degrees, gotten married, have children, a couple of them's worked in bars, and they've gotten to know people. They were very social. Some of them are still in the university, a couple of them are still just trying to figure out what it is they want to do. They're out there on the dating game. But one thing that I have seen them, they're confident young women that know what they want. They're not shy. They're open-minded. They're willing to take risks. And they know what they like and don't like. My son is young, and he's opposite now. Because he's so much younger, he has that doubt about his future. Girls can get anything. Girls can do anything. But boys have to really try hard. They do. We do. We understand that. Today, more than ever before, we need to get people to step out of their shell. Get out of their box. Think in a new way. Quit saying, I can't. Quit saying, I won't. Quit saying, oh, no, no, no. That's going to hold you back. And this has been on my mind for quite a while now, and it's been really on my mind the last few weeks because of people that I've met that just seems to be saying this all the time now. We have to learn to start saying yes. We have to learn to start saying, I'll try. Now, my father wanted me to be an electrician. I tried it. There were parts of it I liked, but when you got to actually hooking up wires and stuff, I was so terrified of electricity, it wasn't a fit for me. But I did try it. I drove some heavy equipment, building roads, using chip spreaders and asphalt layers and road sweepers. Those are fun, but boring. It wasn't for me. The thing that I really enjoyed the most in my life, seriously, raising animals, feeding them, watching them grow. I really liked being a farmer. Hard work, but I like animals. Now, I wasn't too big on the raising plants, I'll be honest with you. But I love chickens. I love raising pigs. I love raising cattle. I like dogs, cats. I'm an animal person. And I think that people need to be more open to what they might like as opposed to what they don't like. Now, I tried being a farmer, working with a friend that got me working with animals, and I realized that's not what I wanted. But I did try it. I did go into the military, and I did try certain occupations and jobs. A lot of them I liked, some of them I didn't. I did go into fiber optic, but I couldn't capture the physics of it, and so I actually deflated myself and got out of it. Maybe I should have stayed in that field because I'm so involved with computers today. But I found my niche in two areas. One, animals. I've always liked animals, and I'm just really fascinated with raising chickens. Don't ask me why, I just like raising chickens. And the other one is teaching online. I love it. I hated teachers. And look at me today, telling you, did I have the confidence to be a teacher? No. My best friend at the time convinced me to try it, and I failed 4 times my interviews, and finally I got hired. I was so terrified of my first class. Oh my God, am I going to be able to do it? Am I going to be able to teach my students? After 2 or 3 times, it was great. First time I hated it. Second time, it's okay. Now, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You know, let's think about it. Think about it. What are things that scare you in life? Driving a car for the first time, racing a motorbike for the first time, doing all kinds of things for the first time. And here's the big one. Sex for the first time. Let's go, the first kiss. The first time you kiss somebody, isn't that one of the most terrifying experiences you've ever had? Do I kiss her? Do I not kiss her? Do I try? Do I not try? It's terrifying. But after you do it the first time, hey, it's all downhill from there. Now look at sex. Oh, I'm scared to death. Most people are just scared to death. Oh my God, oh, what are people going to think of me? Oh, I want to, but oh no. And then it's only got to be one way. Thank you, I don't want to think anything else. I don't want to do anything. And they limit themselves to a whole wide world of pleasure. A whole entire universe of possibilities that can really open them up to who they are as a person. Because nothing generates your self-confidence as a human being, your validation as a human being, more than that. It's true. It's very true. Any psychology, all research tells you that. If you're not a sexually fulfilling, functional person, you have low self-esteem, you have depression, you feel like you're not worthy, you feel like you can't please people on many different levels because you feel like as a being, you're inadequate. And that's really true. So what we've got to do today is build self-confidence, build self-esteem, deal with the positive, help people realize who they really are, help people grow to reach their true potential, help them overcome their fears, help them to make that first step, and if they fall down, help them get up. It's time to quit telling people, no, you can't. It's time to quit telling people, I wouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. Well, you could do this. Those are all judgmental statements. Find what's good and give positive reinforcement. Now, there are some times that you have to be kind of put your foot down and say, hey, that's a screw up. But they're going to kind of realize it too anyway, so you're not really going to be slapping them in the head with it. But then you need to help them find a way to repair what they've done, to fix it, to make it work. I've got too many people today around me that are using this. No, no, no. I'm afraid. I can't. And when you can't do anything. You'll never do anything. You'll never be able to do anything. And then I've got a friend that keeps telling even his family members, negative. And instead of inspiring them because they're quite talented, why are families so down on their own families? My parents were very supportive of me, even though I didn't feel like I was the greatest son. But why can't families lift their own families up and give them that esteem that they need to feel great about themselves? Seriously. How come children come out and they're saying, my dad doesn't love me, my mother doesn't love me, they don't like my friends, they don't want me to be a part of this? You know, a lot of that parenting skill comes from the way they were treated as children, and they should realize, hey, I can be the change. I don't have to be like that to my kids. It's time to instill confidence. People are beautiful. People can be free. People can explore themselves. People can open themselves up and be trusted. If you trust them, if they're safe, if they feel secure in their own environment, they need to create an area where they feel safe, secure, and trusting, and let them come out as that person, and then let that person permeate through the other things they're trying to do. Because once they're confident that they're a valid person, that they have value, that they can do things, that they are, and I'm going to use this term again, they are a sexually, physically, mentally aware whole being, they can take that being right there and take it unlimited places, because now they're ready to take on the world. Now they're ready to get out of the box. Now they're ready to come up with that idea nobody else has thought of. Now they're ready to change the world. And that's what we need in today's world. We need leaders. We need people who can lead, not dictate. We need people who can lead, not control. We need people who can motivate and create people to generate their own thoughts and praise them for what they do. I hope this video hits somebody out there. I hope you've taken the time to hear it, because I feel like there's a message in here for you. Today's day, in today's time, more than ever, we need to come together with love, compassion, and understanding. I almost wish the entire world was blind. How do blind people see beauty? How do blind people see trust? How do blind people see or feel love? How do blind people function in a world that's totally dark? It's because they see the soul. They feel the flow. They know how to feel what's working and how to take that to the next level. And they survive in their own way, in their own world, and they become an inspiration to those of us who think we can see. Personally, I think we're all blind, and the blind people are the ones that can see the real world. This is Teacher Terry from the Cosmic Cowboy, somewhere deep out in space with some of those weird thoughts. I'm just throwing it out there. Take what you can, leave the rest. Leave a comment if you want to. It's just my feelings. You don't have to agree with them, but hey, I want to hear yours too. Take care.